Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 3. In that last episode we were out there on the coast at Yeppoon, and now we've headed west. We took a good long look at the ocean that last morning and headed into Rockhampton. When we got into Rockhampton, it actually coincided with Beef Week. We'd not heard about Beef Week before, but it's apparently a world-renowned expo showcasing everything to do with the cattle industry. So not being farmers or having anything to do with that industry, we thought that would be interesting, and we just went along for the day. So we've come into a little town called Dingo. There's not really much at Dingo at all, but there's a free camp at the back of the servo, which is where we are here. We just camped up the back corner of the paddock, and the servo is around here. This is the back of it, and in this big space here at night you probably get a dozen or so big trucks come in, spend the night. They can be a little bit noisy when they first arrive, but that soon settles down. It's pretty much the hub of Dingo town, so yeah, not much else, but it's a great spot here to go and explore in the Tablelands National Park. We've come out to Blackdown Tablelands National Park today, where we're staying at Dingo. The entry into the national park is just 10 kilometres west from there. So you come up off the plains down below up into this really high mountain tableland area. It's about 5 degrees cooler up here, I think, than down on the plains. So it's looking really nice so far. This is the drive in, and here is a little map here, actually of what's around. So we've actually up here, there's a 4-wheel drive track which comes around here, so we're going to go around that today. There's a couple of lookouts there that we can walk out to. We're going to come back another day actually to come out onto this one, Gudagamu, into the rainbow waters. There's a beautiful walk there, and apparently the waterfall is just amazing. So yeah, we're saving that one for another day, but oh, great big truck coming down the road, kicking up a lot of dust. Just letting the tyres down here in preparation for the dirt road ahead. We're just going to our first lookout now.
100-metre walk.
Yes, it's a big one. Just at the start of the 4-wheel drive track, so at the moment it's better road than the one we just came in on, isn't it, Kerry?
Yeah, the main dirt road was full of corrugations.
Yeah.
This one's a lot better.
We'll see how it turns out. There's stuff here called pea gravel that you've seen a lot of warnings about.
They warn you about it, don't they?
They do warn you.
Because it's like little ball bearings.
It is too.
So, very dangerous to walk on. been fun.
Got a best bit? The big hill?
Well, the big hill was really the only four-wheel drive part of it, really, wasn't it?
It was the really only challenging thing. Yeah. That was fun.
That was good.
We're back out in the Blackdown Tablelands National Park this morning. This time going on a little walking track. It's only 4 kilometres round trip on the Gudugamu track to Rainbow Waters. So it's supposed to be a pretty spectacular looking waterfall with a rock pool at the bottom. I think this will probably be the highlight of the park. So there could be a few people out here today. I've also seen some really interesting photos of the rock pools at the top of the fall. So I'm not sure if there's an official track out to them, but we'll hopefully locate those as well. We've taken a little track to the top of the falls, and at the moment we're just looking for these beautiful pools that we saw online. Oh my goodness, Carrie has found it. Just a little bit further up the creek we found this little spot. It's such a beautiful pool.
It is really crystal clear, isn't it?
We're now heading down to the bottom layer of the waterfall. Good morning. We've come into Rolleston. We're staying at this caravan park. Rolleston's a pretty quiet little town, as you can see around here. I don't think there's going to be a great deal here. I think there's a servo in town, the general store there. Might be a hotel, does meals. Yeah, but anyway, this is one of the little launching spots to go into Carnarvon Gorge. And we're booked into Carnarvon Gorge in the Sandstone Park for the next 6 nights from tomorrow. Yeah, so we've come in here. You can fill up with fuel, you can fill up with water, things like that before you go in. Anyway, for a town that hasn't got a great deal in it, just wait till I show you this nice little surprise. Look at this. What a beautiful little spot, and it's coffee in the park. It's set up by local volunteers. Everybody stops in here for coffee. We're just sitting here in the shade of these couple of baobab trees, maybe they are. Lovely. Okay, this is a pretty big day for us. We've finally arrived at Carnarvon Gorge. It's pretty much one of those bucket list activities and places to see on your route around. And today we're going to do the main walking track into the gorge, so 18.5 kilometres I think. Yeah, so it's nice and early in the morning. It's going to be about 28 degrees today, so we're starting off around 7:30. It's only about 14 at the moment. So, back to the car for the forgotten items, and finally we're on our way. Believe it or not, we've spotted a platypus. It's on the other side of the creek.
Such a peaceful place here, isn't it?
Incredible in here. This is our last day walking in the gorge today, so it's possible we've left the best till last because we're going to Wards Canyon, the amphitheatre and the moss garden. Probably be all the side trips around 12-kilometre round trip. There's a spider mid-creek on a rock, and here's Kerry trying to rescue him and see if he wants to get on his stick. Have to touch him maybe? Is he on? Yeah.
Buddy.
Oh, here he comes. What was your excuse for throwing the stick spider at me?
Well, it sort of caught on my trousers when I threw it.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully he's down there. Let's have a look and see if he's there.
No, that mightn't be him.
Just poke it and see if it moves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's had
Okay,
enough.
he's up.
Oh, he's had enough now. Oh my goodness, I just lost 10 years of my life. Our time at Carnarvon Gorge is just about come to an end. Yeah, so you do need to have a bit of fitness about you to be able to walk out and see a lot of those things. But the closer ones in, the Moss Garden and the amphitheatre, I would think most people with some fitness would be able to do those. Managing the creek crossings was probably the biggest challenge for me because my balance isn't always that good. But I managed to do that with the help of one walking stick, so be encouraged if you're thinking about it. So we'd really recommend it, and yeah, if anyone's thinking of coming out here, it's a beautiful part of the world to have a look at. So if you do, hope you enjoy it too. Good morning. Just enjoying one of our little morning rituals.
Coffee.
Yeah, since leaving Carnarvon, we went into Emerald for about 4 days, just doing a bit of housekeeping with getting ourselves back together after being out there at Carnarvon for a week. But now we've moved along to the Gemstone region. We found a little free camp down there at Sapphire on the reserve, which really suits us. And this morning we've come up to Ruby Vale. So this little coffee house is called the Strudel House. It's nice and quirky. We've got lots of raptors and elephants and crocodiles, monkeys. Anyway, nice coffee. And after this we're going to go out to the Heritage Mine and do the walkthrough in the Sapphire mine. Yeah, and then we maybe do a bit of fossicking.
There's a little one there with the chip out of it, and quite a decent sized one there. And guys, you can see we're still right on the bedrock and still that narrow bit of wash that they sort of followed down the wall there. That you'll see on the surface later on. We use GPS to put them in, but we also tell you when you're on the surface, you're going to
Okay, we're off to the Bobby Dazzler shop.
Okay, so we're leaving the Bobby Dazzler already. We've had a hot tip. The hot tip is to go over to Miner's Cottage. And they might even throw in scones and a cup of coffee with your bag of wash. So we're going to try that. Aren't we, Kerry? We're off to the Miner's Cottage.
We're off to the Miner's Cottage.
Bag of wash with scones and coffee.
Yeah.
Gets us every time. Okay, here we are. We found the Miner's Cottage. G'day from the Miner's Cottage, Ruby Vale. Miner's Cottage. It's a goer. We're going to do a bucket.
Getting up to do. So if it happens that you find a sapphire like that, you can give it to your lady, and she can take it away and put it in her lid.
Is that a sapphire?
That's a sapphire.
Oh.
Right. And then you give it a wash, quick enough and hard enough. And then use the rock in here to break the clay up. What you're looking for is like this one. See how it's got that real cut glass look to it?
Yep.
That's what you're looking for in here.
How are we going, Kerry? We found a pretty good sapphire straight. Oh,
We have.
wow.
Seems like we've got a good one.
Oh, what's that little one there? That looks like a nice little one. Oh, it's got some nice colour in it. Oh, don't lose it.
Oh, it went everywhere.
We've been working hard, maybe for about 15 minutes now, 20 minutes. So we're having a reprieve already. Look at this. What are you doing, Kerry?
Gemstone hunting.
Yeah, so this is all part of being at the miner's cottage. Scones and coffee. Couldn't get any better. We have a little stash. So they check through them at the end and see if there's anything actually of value in there. So we just, if in doubt about whether it's good or not, we just pop it in the container and he'll let us know in a little while.
That's a beautiful stone.
Wow, so beautiful.
It's pretty
Lovely.
too.
About an hour and a half later, happy
Got
customers.
our gems.
We found some gems.
That was a really good experience. It's great.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I recommend it. All right, back to a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are on the top of Policeman's Knob. Pretty cool views.